Okay, as you'll see, I am in the kitchen today, and quite a few people are going to be happy about that, because there's one thing I get more messages about than anything else, and it's people asking me to do more reviews of kitchen gadgets. Unfortunately though, there aren't that many gadgets out there. There seems to have been a bit of a quiet spell for the last couple of years, but there's one that I saw that came out in the US a while ago, and it's finally made its way here to the UK, so I'm going to show you it today, and it is the Bacon Express. It's basically a sort of toaster that cooks bacon, and that's it. Now, will this end up at the back of a cupboard to be given away to a charity shop in 6 months, or will it be something that I use regularly? Let's find out. Now, there's one thing I want to find out, it's whether this is suitable for use with the most popular kind of bacon sold in the UK. You see, whenever I've had bacon in the United States, it's looked like this. Now, to us in the UK, this is called streaky bacon. We have two different sorts on the shelves. We have streaky bacon, which is the one that I'd get in most US places. And this one, this is back bacon. Now, of course, there's different cures and there's smoked and unsmoked and things, but this kind, back bacon, this is the most popular one in the UK. If you go to a supermarket, most of the stuff on the shelves will be this, but there'll be some of this as well. It's just not as popular. The main difference is more meat on this one. Now, of course, this one tends to cook a little bit quicker and better because it's got lots of fat in it. This has less fat. So will this work just as well on this device, or is it only really suitable for streaky bacon? Well, we'll find out. So let's get it out of the box and have a look. Now, the reason I wanted to wait for this to make its way to the UK is because it will work with the power supply in the wall here. If I got a US one, then I'd have to use it with a step-down power transformer, which is a little bit inconvenient. It would also have to be a pretty hefty power transformer to be able to operate a device like this. So much easier if I just wait for the proper one to come out. Okay, so let's have a look around it. Well, first off, it's got a bit of an Art Deco style going on. The power lead isn't particularly long, but it'll get you to the plugs on the wall. We've got a control on the side here, which appears to be an on-off button in the middle, and then around the top it says preheat, thin bacon, thick bacon, and also crispy. So you basically adjust it there. That'll be just a heat control. Now, we've got a door either side. We can open those from the top here. The bacon goes over this section in the middle, resting over the top. This bit can be removed for cleaning, just a non-stick section there. These sections in the door can also be taken out for cleaning. You can imagine there's quite a bit of cleaning going on here. And also, in the bottom, there's a tray for all the fat there. Right, it's called the Bacon Express, so you'd expect it to be pretty quick at cooking bacon. Let's find out. I've got my stopwatch here. I'll explain what I'm doing. I've got it plugged into the wall. The first thing you have to do is turn it down to preheat. And as soon as I press that button there, I'm going to press the start button here. So now we're preheating this, and the idea is that once it's warmed up, you then open up the top, you put in up to 6 slices of bacon, you close it, you then turn the dial to the crispiness that you want on your bacon. It starts at thin, works its way through to thick, so depending on the thickness of it, you'll need to adjust that. I suppose you get used to the position in time, depending on the bacon that you normally buy. But once you've set it to that, you then press start again. While it's on, there's a blue light here. You probably can't see that, but that indicates that it's going. Once it's finished preheating, it will beep 10 times. Once it's finished cooking, it will beep. Now, of course, you can't see the bacon whilst it's cooking, so you're just going to have to trust that it's going to beep at the right time. I suppose you'd see a bit of smoke coming out of the top if there was a bit of a problem. Open it up. We'll get some bacon here. I've put some of my streaky bacon in, and just stick. It says up to 6 slices. Now, this is quite wide slices, so I'll just put a couple of these in. Once you've sort of put them in, you're not supposed to overlap them. I'm going to put in one of these pieces of the back bacon. Now, this is a bit thicker, but it says you can put 6 slices in. I've got 3, but there you go. So anyway, close it up, press start. Oh, turn it up to, I'm going to say it's pretty thick bacon, I think. So we'll turn it up to thick bacon and crispy right up to the top. Press start again. It's gone blue now, so it's cooking, and you can see we're up to 2 minutes 16. Bit of me blathering there. Maybe I could have done it a bit quicker, but we'll just see how long it takes. Right, at 8.5 minutes, I think I'm going to have to check. Let's just check it's not burning. Oh, no. Still plenty of time to go in there. Right, that's it. I'm going to call it. I've waited long enough. So that's just about right now, I'd say. This one needs a little bit longer, but that is a thick slice. Let me just get these off to show you. So there you go. Those look all right. I'll put those on a plate. Yep, fine. Now, this one. Yeah, not bad again. Notice how it's cooked on this side and not this. They mentioned that it might be a good idea to flip over thicker pieces, so I could do that, but then again, how do you kind of get it to curve the other way when it doesn't want to? Yeah, I think I'm going to call quits on that as well. So yeah, we're looking at 12 minutes or so to cook those. Right, starting off, I think the machine works best with thin, streaky bacon. The bacon I was using wasn't thick bacon, it was just advertised as normal streaky bacon. Let me get a piece out of the packet here. Looks pretty thin to me, nothing particularly thick about that. So it took a little bit too long, I think, 12 minutes or so to cook that bacon. The thicker stuff that we use in the UK, or at least that, is probably not suitable for that. Gotta say, it is clean. That's a benefit to it. Let me just wipe my hands here. There's no fat anywhere over the kitchen. There's a lot of stuff in this drip tray at the bottom here. So that's all the water and the fat out of the bacon captured in the bottom there, which is a neat idea, I think. Now, I don't cook bacon in a frying pan, so there's not normally a lot of splatter. If there was, this is an advantage over that because there's just no mess whatsoever. I cook it in one of those George Foreman type grills with the contact plates that can be removed and washed in the sink. I've got to say that's a lot quicker than this. At 12 minutes or so, I could have cooked it and washed up in that time, whereas this thing just about cooked the bacon. And now I've got to wait for it to cool down, which I don't know, it's probably going to take 20 minutes or so before I can remove these parts and wash them in the sink. So that's a lot longer. Also, this thing costs £50 in the UK. It's quite a bit cheaper in the US, and all it does is cook bacon, whereas on one of those sort of George Foreman grills you can do quite a lot of different things, cook steaks and things, for example. So yeah, it's probably not a particularly good value for money for me, but if you're the guy that cooks bacon non-stop and you don't mind waiting for it, then maybe it's something that you're interested in. I think this is one that might end up at the back of the cupboard again. But if you're interested in one, I've got links in the video description to the product, where I bought it from in the UK, and of course Amazon links as well. But that's it for the moment. As always, thanks for watching.